G'day everyone, it's Jack the Bear here at Deluxe Mastering, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you based around an answer I gave to a student not too long ago at a talk I did. And the question that was asked was, what do you think is the most successful, what is the most important thing to being successful in the music industry? And I don't think there's any one particular thing. I think, like in life, there's lots of different things that will make it successful, and everybody, I guess, would have a different priority. But in my experience, I think it's the ability for you to be able to foster and nurture relationships with people. I learned very early from my mentor, Rick Essig, at Frankfurt Wine in New York. He's the guy that taught me how to cut a lacquer. And he said to me once that 80% of this job is bullshit. And I understand what he means now. But back then, at the time, it was looking a bit weird. And what he really was saying was that it's a service industry. Mastering is a service industry. And you're looking after people, you're taking care of people. And yes, absolutely, it's important to have great chops, good ears, great tools and gear and all that. Of course, we need those things. I think they're a given. But unless you have the ability to be able to deal well with people, and when you're working in a confined space, and especially if you're talking about, you're a track engineer, you're producing a record, and you could be spending days on end or weeks on end with people in a confined space, no matter how good you are, if you can't get along with people, you can't problem solve, you can't have empathy, it's going to make your gig a fuckload harder. And at the end of the day, we're doing this for fun. Really, ultimately, we're doing this for fun. So if we're going to have fun, we may as well be enjoying the process and enjoying what we're doing, hanging out with the people we're hanging out with. So having good people skills is really, really vital. And it's not really hard to be nice, really, when you think about it. I mean, how hard is it to be nice? The rule of thumb I tend to use with people is if I put myself in the shoes of the client, what would I reasonably expect? And then maybe put a little bit extra, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little bit extra. And the other thing you may want to consider is this: the importance of maintaining your humility while you're doing this, because no one wants to deal with an arrogant prick. And it can be very tempting, especially at the stage of your career where you're getting traction, your name's getting out there, you're getting shit on the radio, you're getting on the charts. You may become the darling of the scene. And if you are, and you're a person that's a little bit difficult to get along with and a little bit arrogant, people may put up with it for a little while, but they can't put up with it forever, because you're never going to be at the top of your game forever. Being a nice person is really important, because I don't care how talented you are. I don't care, you can pull the best guitar tone in the world and you can hear a flea fart and a hurricane on the other side of the planet. But at the end of the day, if you're a cunt, you're a fucking cunt. And that's the end of that. Be a nice person, deal well with people. It's going to get you further. It's going to give you better word of mouth. And remember, word of mouth is the best advertising you'll ever get. Money can't buy you that shit. That's all I got for you to consider. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And looking forward to putting up another video soon. And please remember, as I always say, be nice to each other. But more importantly, please, be nice to yourselves. All right, see ya.